Hello, YouTube viewers. If you haven't caught it already by the title of the video and probably the picture I'm going to choose later on, this video is about my home-built DIY battery box for camping, for going out recreationally, doing whatever. There is now three, because I just removed my interstate battery. I started with that to try things out, and it works fine. I just have decided to go with the LiFePO4 style wattage batteries. These are Ampere time, 12 volt, 100 amp hour. Sorry about that. See, there's a glare. 300 amp hour. I did save a slot for a fourth battery. I built a box for a fourth battery. I'm going to do one summer of camping and outdoor stuff with the three batteries, and if I decide to go with the fourth one, I'll add a fourth one. The only downside that I've seen online to these batteries is they do not have a cold shut off on the BMS battery management system. So because you can damage these batteries if you charge them below 32 degrees Fahrenheit or below freezing. So that's the one bad thing, is these do not have that. Well, I'll just be very careful and not do that. Real simple for me, because I'm not going to be charging them at night, and during the winter they're going to be in my garage here. And in the summer, yeah, they'll probably be out in my trailer, but even in western North Dakota, it doesn't get below 32 degrees in the summer, or in the summertime. So anyway, extra cables. This is my solar cable, because I did build this to keep it recharged. Hang on. All right, sorry about that. The cord from my fan got stuck in the door, in the top and lid. So anyway, I did build this to charge it through solar. I have it set up, because of that battery, I have it set up to run one, two, or all three batteries. Originally it was set up to run that battery or all three batteries, or just the other two batteries, which the way I planned on using it was just either the deep cycle batteries or two of these. Since I've added the third battery for the LiFePO4, I've just set it up to run either this battery alone, these two batteries alone, or all three batteries together. I'll usually run it in that setup, but just to say. So anyway, just to explain, this is my fuse box. Everything, this cord right here comes in from the switch into the fuse box, so that feeds everything in the fuse box. And then the negative comes directly from here it is. The negative comes from, did I rehook that, or no? Yeah, that's right. That comes from my shunt. The negative comes from the shunt. There is it kind of showed upside down here, but you'll see it. There's a battery, a temperature sensor in here that will kick on two fans, and they're positioned to where one will blow in and blow out, so it'll circulate air within the unit. And like I said, that's set up on a temperature sensor. It should go off at 27 degrees, I believe, Celsius. Yes, I live in the United States, but that temperature sensor was only available in Celsius. I could not find one in Fahrenheit, so I just did some simple conversion and I switched to that. But as you can see, everything works just fine. It works great. If you have any questions on how to build them, please put them down in the comments. I will try to answer them. I'm not sure I'll get it done right, because this was a challenge to build, to get all the wiring figured out, because there is no plans for this online. It's pretty simple, but you got to know what you're doing. I would not recommend, if you don't know what you're doing, I don't know if I'd mess around with this, because if you do something wrong and damage one of those batteries, you're out $400. because that's how much those were, $400 a piece. But anyway, like I said, it wasn't hard. Put in the fuse box, put in your power. They ran power, even the inverter here is ran through the fuse box. And this is only a 400 watt pure sine wave inverter. The main reason I did that, a smaller inverter, is because I didn't know what my needs were going to be. And I already had this inverter, so I thought I would start with this one and work my way up. I know this will run, I have a Mac Mini computer. I know this will run a Mac Mini computer and and my monitor, 27-inch, isn't a Mac monitor. I forget the brand name of it, doesn't matter. But it will run those at, I think it was running them at about 60 watts. I do have a dual monitor set up in my house, so I could probably run 120 watts total. So, and each one of these batteries is if you take 100 times 12, you get 1280 watt hours. So each battery is 1280 watt hours. So even for me to run my computer from this inverter off of these 3 batteries fully charged without going below 20% of the battery capacity, I would be able to run them for 3 or 4 days. I guess I didn't do the math real, maybe not that long. Probably 2.5 days. Just doing the math quick in my head, but you know. So it's got plenty of power. I ran it, I was gone on vacation for a week this summer. I didn't run a lot of electronics, kept my cell phones charged, ran a few lights, ran a CPAP machine, ran my cooler, 2 electric coolers, for a week off of crappy sunlight. I mean, every other day I was lucky to get 3 or 4 hours of sun per day because I was in a lot of shade, which is nice for the camper to be in the shade or the trailer to be in the shade, but not nice for the solar system. But that was just, you know, and I ran everything for a week with 0 problems. So that's why I doubt I'm going to go to a 4th battery. And even though that's roughly the same wattage, I wasn't even running this battery with this system most days. I did one day when I got no charge on those 2 batteries, and then I ran that solo. But most days I just ran the 2 LiFePO4 batteries on 3 to 4 hours of sun charge, and that was it. And like I said, I was running a CPAP machine, electronics, couple of coolers. It, you know, worked great. So anyway, trying to keep this video short, just a quick demonstration. I am charging some other batteries off of this system right now, just because I knew they needed to be charged, and I threw them on here. So just running an Opus charger off of my other battery system to get those charged up. I've been using a little electric fan at work because it's been so hot lately. And I plugged this in. I don't know how many watts this Stanley fan draws, but I know it pushes one hell of a lot of air. I have run it won't run even a small, like a shop vac. This inverter kicks that out. But I've run a sander on it, you know, a little orbital sander on it just to see if it would work. A few other small appliances works just fine. Obviously, it's not large enough to run a microwave or anything, but it'll run a TV, I'm sure run an Apple TV, run a computer. Works just fine for stuff like that. And let's see how it runs this fan. That's not even bad. It's only showing, with the fan on, it's only showing 104 watts. Well, higher amperage than I would have thought, but 8 amps, 104 watts to run that fan. I'd shut it off and see what just that little charger is running off of. Okay, that charger is still pulling 1.4 amps. I'm surprised. But 18 watts. So, system works great. It was all home built. The problem with these is you really can't buy one of these. You can buy ones, some of them now online with a single battery in them, or with that style battery, the 18650 style battery. But you cannot buy a box that I know of with this style battery built together with more than one battery. Like I said, I've seen them for sale with a single battery, and I don't even know if they have the battery. I know just the boxes are sale that you can put a battery in, and boxes alone, if it doesn't include a battery, is like $700 or $800, and then you gotta buy a battery. I literally paid, I don't remember what I paid for this thing. You know, none of this was expensive. The only thing that was expensive is this Renogy system, this Renogy battery monitor. Probably didn't need it because there's a small battery monitor on here, but it gives me a nice idea of how many amps and watts I'm pulling. So it is a nice unit to have. But other than the batteries, that shunt and that piece were probably the most expensive thing. I think I forgot to tighten that screw down. But anyway, and the batteries, of course, like I said, there's 3 of them here. They're $400 a piece. And that was, you know, this stuff is not expensive. These are obviously my outlets, and these I did for a different reason. I'm not going to get into that right now. These don't cost much. I think I might have spent all of $25 on this. This 400 watt pure sine wave inverter was probably $60, $80, $100 when I bought it. It wasn't that long ago when I bought it, but I just don't remember the cost. It wasn't expensive, you know, to put in this system. You know, some of this cabling was more expensive than a little bit more expensive. These are a little better solar cables. So you do have some cost in building this, you know. I mean, it's plywood right now. Wood is still expensive. You've got the batteries. You've got some costs. I mean, all totaled, I probably have, you know, with the solar panels I probably have about $2,000, $1,800 to $2,000 wrapped up into this system. But I can run solar for days on this system. And literally, because I did it. It works just fine. Works great for camping. It's not too heavy. That battery alone is 50 pounds. 2 of these batteries are each 25 pounds. So it was kind of nice to get that one out of there, because that one battery was the weight of 2 of these. So now these batteries, the 3 of them weigh 75 pounds, plus the box is probably another 25 pounds with everything in it. Not including the batteries, sorry, just the box. Without the batteries is probably another 20 to 25 pounds. So it was a pretty simple system to build. It turned out okay. I didn't worry too much about painting the outside of the box. I'm gonna put a little bit better handle on there now that I know everything works. Some better casters on here, because one of these locked up on me and it really made me mad. I couldn't get it to do anything until I took all the batteries out, because didn't want to flip it over with everything in there. But anyway, I'm rambling on, and this video has gotten way longer than I expected. Sorry about that. If you're still here, thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you would, this is one of the few times I've ever asked this. Please, please subscribe. And give me a thumbs up on the video, not because you'd like or dislike the video, because I want to know what kind of content people want to see, and that's the only way I know. If you give it a thumbs up, I know you want to see this kind of content, and I will continue doing this kind of stuff. I want to do a review on my Joule shower system, on my Bouge RV cooler, on my Bouge RV power plug-in. I do have another one other than these, and I've got a small Jackery. But I wouldn't mind doing that stuff, but I want to know if you guys want to see it. Anyway, sorry, like I said, if this video has gone on too long. If you're still here, thanks for watching. Have a good day. Bye.